Hey everybody, I'm the mysterious JG. Oh, no, that's not how I do things. I say welcome back to Let's Play Atelier Ryza, JG's important question for lethal. I'm the mysterious JG.
And I'm the recipient of that question, apparently.
So I have a very important question. Did you ever beat Goro Majima at bowling?
I can't remember. I'm fairly sure I did.
Okay, because it just does not seem... Like, he'd have to be like, alright, Kiryu-chan, here's the iron bangle from Final Fantasy 13 as a reward, before it seems like it's worth the fucking hassle. But that's not what
You
we're
just
playing
gotta
today.
really like bowling. I mean, it's that easy.
That's going to be a big ask for me, but we gotta. When I think bowling, I think Nico and bitter guy that he saved from Playboy X. That doesn't bring back happy memories, but that's not what we're playing today. We are swinging at alchemy stuff.
And we'll use a net. Extracting fluids from poisonous bugs is a fundamental aspect of alchemy. Anyone who tells you different is not an alchemist.
And actually, yeah, I did not realize this place would be cut off. As far as like manic off-screen grinding for resources, this is a nice screen that I did not know we'd be losing. Or I might have been insistent that we hang out here more.
We'll let JG have his gathering time. A heavy worm and all the spear worms you could ever want.
People are always surprised when they find out I don't mind bugs. I'm especially fond of heavy worms. Medium-sized worms are okay, and if you have a, kind of a light worm, I mean, I'll try to be nice about it, but, I might suggest that we bring in some other things. Spice it up.
Yep. I'm kind of a bad person. So...
They know by this point.
Yeah. Hope I didn't catch anyone off guard with that inappropriate comment.
Ogre heads. They look nothing like ogres, or their heads.
I mean, if an ogre had a head that looked like one of these monsters, I guess that would be kind of messed up and gross. Scary, like...
I mean, we're seeing some consistent kind of anatomy with these Fallujah. They all have rocks sticking out of them. Is there kind of symbiosis going on? Or
yeah, I mean, maybe they're supposed to be silicon-based instead of carbon-based or something. There's like some sci-fi shit going on here that we're not even picking up.
in this magical video game where we have alchemies.
I love it. It's like smash this plant with a burning hammer and pre-bottled poisons come out.
I mean, that's how it works in the anime too. So I mean, it has to, right?
I think we were debating this off camera a couple of weeks ago. I think the scene, which is not like really long, and they don't beat it to death, but the scene of her making alchemical shit is their Sailor Moon transformation sequence. I think it's the same every time after the first time.
It might be. I kind of zone out when it starts.
Yeah.
More heavy worms.
So bad at gathering bugs, I always end up crushing them. I'm glad you're doing it delicately with your giant flaming hammer.
Yep, I'm pretty good.
She's pretty good.
There's another Generalissimo over there. Another one of these sky readers.
I don't
What
know.
are those they call?
This might be like a full bird colonel, maybe even a lieutenant colonel. I don't know if it's a general.
I don't have any stars or chevrons on them for me to actually count, so.
Yeah. They carry themselves like a colonel, which is a different way of carrying yourself than a major, but not quite the way a general carries himself.
The way they turn invisible when we start getting close, I don't care for it.
No. They're cloaking fields.
We'll put these pouches away, I guess.
Now this, I'm assuming this would be a bit of a cakewalk, because this extra big bad tough Fallujah was available to us earlier, and we Underworld Rotwood, yeah, that's this stinks.
Flammable bark and inflammable bark. Same. Inflammable means flammable, not a country.
In Soviet Russia, inflammable things burn you.
It's
Or
wiggling its
can't
rocks.
burn you. It's trying to get its rocks off. Dark General. So it looks like the boss we just fought, but it's probably a palette swap and possibly
It's a
easier.
lot weaker.
Yeah.
It's losing life points like Nobody's business.
It was, depending on whether you count dialogue scenes, it was quite a few hours of game content ago that it showed up as a extra tough enemy. I don't think it's worth even doing our fancy pants stuff here, yeah. I was gonna say just Lent beat it to death, but apparently Claudia got the kill.
We'll put its horn in the bag.
Animal hide. So this is what it was guarding. Animal hide. So, huzzah. Fucking za. Bomb Dragon. Or Bomb Dragoon. That sounds like a PS2 era RPG.
Or a Mega Man X-Boss.
Thank you for
Bomb
that.
Dragoon.
This is not the right button, JG. Here we go.
There's the plot point up the hill.
Nothing of interest over there.
Yeah, box we already opened in that earlier reality.
Oh man, how
She emerges from the fire.
Oh fuck, I forget how I had her talk. She did have a voice.
She did.
Well, she's all like mythical and like fucking druidy, so I guess I'll make her Irish. But if I remember what the other voice was, she might be switching back and forth. Or she's kiloed. Was that it somehow? Did kilo trigger something? Yeah, we'll never know. I'm glad you made it. I sensed the impending invasion, so I thought you might drop by again. And actually, the Irish voice that JT uses is lilting enough. It kind of doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Thank goodness you're safe. That means the sanctuary hasn't been invaded just yet. I expect the Queen will want to make a straight shot for the gate and route it a direct path. Actually, it's been rather quiet here since the main swarm has been prepared for the invasion.
So there must be tons of Fallujah gathered right outside our castle, huh?
Ew, I don't want to think about that. Sounds pretty creepy.
At any rate, let me explain what's been going on with us.
Oh, let the invitation elf man explain to us. I'm looking forward to this.
Fade to black, I'll do it off camera.
Yeah, ... And that's pretty much the whole story. I see, so the artifact dwells within your home. Was Boss saddened to learn the truth? Or is he a complete a-hole? Oh, he cried and moaned. Actually, he wanted to destroy it. I had no choice but to stop him. I'm sorry. His last words were to tell you about his noble sacrifice. Well, I'm just glad we know where it is, and I'm happy he felt such anger in our honor. But I must admit, I'm surprised you decided that attacking the Queen herself was your best option. Didn't it occur to you to, like, offer it to them and make peace because you don't need it anymore? You've got trade with other places where you can get fresh water for your famous Kirkin puddings and fruits. You guys seem pretty full of the old bloodlust. Wow, you must be really reckless if even Kilio didn't expect us to try it. She hates Fallujah. I guess. It's not like we can turn back now. Except they demonstrably can't. They can turn back. They have not committed to this plan yet. They could...
I know this is kind of selfish, but we really will do whatever it takes to save our world from this. Also, Impel is really set on throwing that thing in the wood chipper. I don't want to disappoint him. I know you want it back. I think he wants to put it in the wood chipper.
I can't quite tell. I think she's being sincere here. Sadly, the only wood chipper is being guarded by the Fallujah Queen, so there's no way we could have done that without killing her first.
She's trying to make it so the babies don't jump in there. Anyway.
We need to learn as much as we can, about the Queen's castle as we can, before we try and attack her.
Oh, it just so happens I found a book of architectural designs for the Demon Queen of the Underworld's castle. You kids are... You really are serious then. Very well, I respect your courage and fighting spirit. How can I help? It's not by being a party member. I don't even think that happens in the sequel. You still have your own battle to fight. You need to protect the sanctuary. We can't drag you into this. Besides, we can only use 3 party members in a fight at a time anyway. We're already kind of overstocked. Then I'll stay here, wondering if there'll be some point where you have to switch between parties, like, you know, Tales of Symphonia style, and pray for your safety.
One thing I'm noticing about these two characters is even though they're both orange, she doesn't have, like, the hairy hands that Lila has. She has regular people hands.
I wonder what Lila's been doing to get so much hair on her hands. It's not her palms, though. It's the back of her hands. I don't know that we've seen hair on her palms. We've suffered enough at the hands of the Clint Kingdom. Those fuckers. They have a lot to answer for. I sealed off the path, so this area is safe. If you keep going from here, you'll reach the Queen's Castle.
I know the viewers are like, Lethal, they're just gloves on Lila. No. She has like fingernails on those damn things.
I suppose they could be fingerless gloves? That they've hidden the break very well? I don't know.
Charred crystal fragments.
I can feel something magical about this, like we're looking for a magical lawsuit from Jim Henson Studios.
Wish I could do better, Kermit, and just say, well, you fucked up now.
Oh, Magnum. We found a lot of it, too.
Magnum Almoa.
Wasn't he like Aquaman?
Yes.
I think I might be thinking of Jason Momoa. It was a different, molten rock. And I missed whatever she was trying to say.
It wasn't important, but we have a tablet here.
The Symbiosis Monument.
Hmm.
It's floating out somewhere near Jupiter, but HAL 9000 is not allowed to tell us that that's the true purpose of our mission, to go find it.
Tao, you can't read this thing?
Well, I mean, there was no icon for me to... There's no button.
Know.
It's not my fault.
I'm not commenting on you, I'm just commenting on Tao. It's like it had writing on it.
Oh, no.
You're the only person who can read in our party other than Impel.
And Impel's just, like, way too important to read. I was like, Tao, you read this.
I was born to lead, not to read.
Joffrey Baratheon is the main inspiration for him.
Whip that thing in the face with a fishing net. That has a little D-La-Bob on its head.
Now, the fishing net has kind of become my favorite thing to use on guys when I'm off-screening because it is so fast. Your timing doesn't need to be anywhere near as good. You don't have to have, like, hit it before they get close. Like, you can just hit it at almost any time, and unless you're completely asleep at the wheel, you're going to get them. And it slows their turns down, which in its way is as nice as attack and defense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not having any problem with our HP. These guys aren't doing too much damage, and we have that whole, XL healing.
Well, we really weren't getting it done against that blue dragon boss, and I think maybe we overcompensated in how much better our gear got, but gear is far more important in this game than levels.
Yep.
Which makes sense. It's a game about using alchemy to create stuff. Like, having that not make a difference, you just have to grind against enemies, would be kind of dumb. Hey, bugs! See? Like, I completely blew it and was ready to swing again in time to salvage.
The fishing net is indeed a crutch.
Well,
a very good crutch.
If I'm remembering right, it's also the last item we got that has, I guess we got the compass fairly late, but you can't use that to initiate combat, so kind of makes sense it would be the best of them as far as that usage.
Mm-hmm. Another rare drop.
I don't think we're getting up to level 5. I like to get up to level 5 just so we can watch the, ultimate KO.
These things are too weak for our awesome party. With their scorched thruster and their moon rune, or a moon rod.
Which is too
moon
good.
Speed.
The moon crystal tiara power.
Yep. I do like how they literally call it the moon stick in Sailor Moon.
I guess that depends on which translation, or maybe you're going with the...
I'm going with the Japanese pronunciation. They literally call it like moon sticky.
Yeah, moon sticky is what Darian gets on Friday night if Sailor Moon's in the right mood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to strike a balance between fighting stuff, or, not missing anything neat and not driving Lethal mad by fighting every enemy so that I can collect additional, Serenity Flowers.
Progress is pretty much what I come to watch these videos for, so it's like, let's try to get at least a little progress here. As awesome as it is to see what comes out of a log when we smash it with a hammer or axe.
Well, it's very much a game where... Oh, oops. Okay. Like, if I had no idea it's coming, the speed of the net might not be sufficient to save us.
You confused it. Oh my goodness.
It managed...
They found a chink in the armor.
It found a way.
Our shadow vanguards. The ones that protect the shadows. With their brown crystals.
They're... Okay. I'm thinking about that one. What are their brown crystals? How would that protect? Well... I suppose the odor of the brown crystals might keep monsters away.
Right. They have the right scent. And it just screams and summons lightning, apparently.
I'm just assuming the brown crystals have to somehow be related to fecal matter.
That's the only thing is brown. It can be like chocolate. It couldn't be like, what's another? It couldn't be like taffy. I got food on the brain.
Well, I mean, okay, but which one naturally comes out of animals without any kind of refinement? Chocolate or poop?
Coffee. I've seen those ones, those specialty coffees made out of beans that come out of animals. You know the ones. And if you don't, people fucking do that stuff. There's
you
more
don't,
than one animal, too.
If you don't, it's your fault.
Yeah, you uncultured swine. How could you not know about fecally transmitted coffee beans?
Lethal is here to entertain, to provide context. He's not here to, like, he's not responsible for your knowledge of, you know, what comes out of a bee's ass.
Well, I don't have the ability to bring up Wikipedia, or I would educate you right now.
Whereas I immediately go to, all right, well, if you're gonna read a Wikipedia article on animal poop copy, I guess I'll pass the time by, like, you know, getting flammable bark here in hell.
And fighting pile bunkers. Or just summoning firestorms on our face before they unceremoniously perish.
Oh, fuck, I got that fidgety feeling. I think I'm gonna be up until about 4 in the morning now. Who knows what treasures I might collect from Hades.
The piles will not be able to survive in their bunkers. Now with JG on the case.
God, I might actually do local recordings.
My
Alright,
goodness.
not at this up, but, you know. See, we got medium.
Flame black sand. Flame black sand is black as flames.
It's the blackest flame for the blackest of bass players. It was just going to be in the way. There's only one of them. It won't take long. It's a parching demon.
Even though it looks exactly like the other one, except it has a different deedly bob on the head.
Hey, my internal belief system is very different from that other demon. Don't judge me by my appearance.
I mean, you do look better than the other ones. I like the white and gold.
Oh, thank you. I am of a higher social standing.
Not for long, you aren't.
Oh, that was an honorable death. People will write poems about it, and then that'll give them, you know, important jobs in the administration.
The lunatic poison lance.
That would be a new item for sure. Tao, we have to recall too, he's got stuff we can only unlock by just encountering lots of enemies. So every time we come across a new palette swap, it's one step closer to Tao getting, like, you know, Perseverance level 3 or what the fuck ever he's working on. Okay, we got like a big old open field of baddies now.
It's got a bunch of brown crystals, although these ones also appear to have white crystals. Those, like the one directly in front of us. Oh. Booped him on the snoot. What are these? Ah, yes, the
rust hedges.
You know, whenever you're a little lonely, you can always trust a thrust hedge.
Well, they do have that butt plug purple color. There's probably, like, elemental weakness differences between these palette swaps, but, like, what the who cares?
You know what I thought when you said that? So, like, I love the feeling of opening a fresh Crayola box. And it has butt plug purple in it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they had to come up with some new color names after flesh had to be replaced because, like sometime in the 80s, people were like, what the fuck? We seriously just have white people color is called flesh? Nobody has a problem with this.
Now they call it Schweinfleisch or something. I don't know.
White flesh. And that might be problematic for some, too.
It's the other white meat crayon.
The great thing about Caucasian people is that we are exactly the same color as pigs.
But which pigs? Find out at 11. It's under the same Wikipedia articles as the poop coffee.
I'm not sure that one lives up to Wikipedia's normal quality standards.
What quality standards?
What? How dare you, sir? Trust
Alright,
Edge.
Trust Edge. You had your moment to shine.
Or to thrust, as the case may be. Finally, I got to kill something. I got these 2 girls getting all the kills. I'm kind of feeling useless here.
All I'm doing is picking up B scales.
Mm-hmm.
They even have tall tawns in hell. That's good.
Oh, the tallest of tawns. Yeah, so you would think there'd be, like, awesome gathering opportunities here. Well, I guess there's this guy, but... It's so mystical. Excellent. Lila's World. Lila's World is part of town. Excellent. I'm determined to, like, boost both of our viewership dramatically with my Wayne's World references. That's what brings in the kids, you know?
Yep. Gonna say, I will look up one thing real quick.
Okay. See, I don't know that Austin Powers stuff. That's too new for me. I haven't been keeping up with that new Austin Powers material. I'm back in the Wayne's World era.
I just want to see how old Wayne's World is. 30 years old.
It is, yeah, so that will be older than quite a few of our viewers. What about Wayne's World 2? Electric Boogaloo.
Let me get up the Google machine. Well, yeah, that one's 30 years old also because it was released in 93. Wayne's World 1 in 92.
So, seems like one of them has to be 31, but whatever. They're, I remember
Well,
Wayne's...
I just said 30 because
well, you're around.
no one cared.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. Extinction Blackgate.
I guess if you miss with the net, you probably don't get the credit, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I dimly remember Wayne's World 2 as having not been terrible. But
not
then again,
memorable, apparently.
I don't remember which one was which. Like, one of them was about him finding love with Tia Korea, or Carrie, or whatever however you pronounce her name, and there was a bad villain trying to wreck their concert. And I guess I can't remember what the other one was about, so maybe I spoke too soon, but I said it wasn't terrible.
Pretty sure you were talking about the second one there.
I mean, people pretty much remember the Bohemian Rhapsody scene, but...
Mm-hmm.
I think by itself it might be memorable, more memorable than the entire movie series. Scary Movie 2, Bohemian Rhapsody parody scene movie. Yeah, they just kind of disappear periodically for a second. Not even as part of an attack.
That's how they move sometimes, but yeah, whenever you get close, they just disappear for some reason.
I mean,
Except when they don't.
Camera goofiness, I guess. Oh, thank goodness. I realized after I made that call that I probably added time to the battle by having everyone do their fancy attacks when we weren't called for, but game's smarter than I was on that score.
3 HP, 2 HP, my goodness. Another 3 HP.
Venom pouch of venom. More tonight. It's more than just night. That is not the button, JJ. That's the world map. Okay, here we go.
There's a treasure chest over on the left.
Yeah. Probably need to kind of poke our nose in both paths to make sure we don't miss a way station, but...
Well, that'd be awful.
Well, I mean, it does kind of help out with Tao's skills and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to kill this guy if we want to even vaguely explore looking for loots in there.
The parching demon.
So would a parching demon make you thirsty somehow?
Yes. I mean, it's the gerund is to parch.
Right.
So it's either going to parch you or the landscape, and the landscape is pretty parched.
Maybe it's been hard at work with that. Now it's looking to expand to parching people.
I mean, it doesn't have many people to do that with until now.
Well, hey, that's a good point. That's why I got so excited. Didn't bother to actually defend against our attacks.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, see.
The-
Was that a? I guess so. The knights, the animated knights we've seen, were some kind of human defense against Fallujah, I think.
Maybe.
So I think
Maybe they were alchemized.
this one may have
Different
been.
ores look similar. Important to learn to tell them apart. Just like it's important to tell when it's time to end the video.
It is pretty important to tell. We could.
So next time we could see what's in the box.
Well, we
What
could-
lies on the other side? I can see what looks to be another one of those generals.
That's a good point. I was thinking we could squeeze through, but what a cliffhanger it is to wonder what's on the other side, even though, as Lethal pointed out, we can kind of already see. Not sure how many videos we got left in main story, although for anyone with Atelier Ryza separation anxiety, there are some character-driven DLCs. I have a feeling they're probably 90% dialogue, 10% gameplay, but we'll probably see them once we've dealt with this whole monsters trying to destroy the planet problem, which may or may not happen next time. See you then.
Bye-bye.